Hello. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? I'm back. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and welcome to the CADA Bootcamp. CADA TrueMax Bootcamp. Hello. How is the mic? Hoping everyone can hear me just fine. Oh, there. So today we're going to be working in ZBrush. For those of you who have not met me before, my name is Emily Cosgrove. I'm a graduate of CADA TrueMax, and I've been in the field now, working in the industry as a 3D artist, 3D generalist, for just over a year now. Yeah, so I'm just doing this little class thing on the side to help you guys out. Welcome, everyone. Okay, good. The mic is working. So yeah, that's me. I've done this class only a couple times before. So if you have seen me before, welcome back. If you have not, welcome all the same. Yeah, so, like, if there's any questions about anything at any time, like, obviously about the program or about ZBrush or sculpting, or even if it's about me or the industry, or, like, my experience or anything like that, feel free to ask anything at any time, and just, yeah, don't hesitate, and I will try and multitask and 3D and answer questions at the same time, as much as I can. I am not a streamer, so yeah, it's I'm gonna try and do my best. Christian, if you have taken this class before, you will know Christian is our moderator of the chat. He can also answer questions, or he'll just kick if you're mean, but I doubt that's gonna happen. And but you know, unfortunately he can't join us in the streaming room today, but he's here all the same, just watching over us. There he is. Yeah, so pardon me, so let's just get started. Yes, just get right into it. So, ZBrush is a sculpting software. You guys probably already know that. But we generally use, like, what's really useful to have when sculpting is like a tablet. So that's what I'll be sculpting on today. My preferred tablet is actually one without a screen, and you just, like, draw on it and, like, look at the monitor. That's just how I learned. I received that about, like, 5 years ago. It was a Wacom. But you don't need a drawing tablet if you don't have one already. You can also obviously just use the mouse. But if you want to use any drawing skill to your advantage, then a tablet is definitely recommended. I would recommend a Wacom tablet just because they're a really well-known brand and they're very reliable. I've had mine for... yeah, like I said, 5 years now or so. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Like, you can use anything. You can use your laptop, your mouse, whatever. Yeah, whatever is necessary. Yeah. Cool. Okay, you guys are set. Let's do it. All right. Pardon me. This is ZBrush Core Mini. Yeah, it's like... oh, there we go. It's like baby ZBrush, and it's completely usable. It's just like a much more simplified version. It's really nice and handy to get started in. So from the get-go, as you're gonna see, we have this little thing selected here. These are all your brush options, basically. At least in Core Mini. You can change your object to different colors. I'm just going to keep mine at the standard white or gray. These are different materials. You can like make it look really fancy. But yeah, I think just for the sake of, and like if you need to see like different kinds of detail, you can like change that. So I'm just going to keep mine on the standard. Let's go navigation first. So here we go. So if you hold Alt on your keyboard and touch your pen or click with your mouse to the screen, you will be able to sort of, move around, I guess. If you press F, that will like focus. Now, that's a little bit too close for my liking, so I'm gonna zoom out. And the way that I did that, I'll have to kind of, okay, so on your pen, right, you'll have like buttons like this, right? You press Alt and click down. I guess like those buttons have functions, but yeah, like there are different ways you can do it. But okay, so Alt and then click down is to move, and then I let go of Alt and move my pen or mouse back and forth, and that should give you like a zoom in, zoom out effect. If you are like using a mouse, the scroll wheel, no, okay, that affects your brush. Wait, maybe I have to press Alt too. No, how do I do this? So many controls. Okay, Alt and right click is to navigate. Okay, it's the same. So Alt, right click, and then let go of Alt, and you'll have this like zooming function. Yeah. And then, you know, like if you're on a laptop, I'm gonna, I don't have that in front of me right now, but I'm gonna say that that's probably the same. So holding Alt and like using your left click and right click to do the different functions. But so far this is you can do it either actually. Okay, that's good to know. I don't usually use a mouse, that's why. But yeah, so just Alt and clicking, and then letting go of Alt while still holding down the clicking, moving back and forth, and then that'll give you your zoom. Let me see here. Okay. Well, the scroll wheel on the mouse is for something. You can change the size of your brush like this. That's just one way of doing it. There's a few ways of doing it. I'm going to switch back to the pen now. Let's see. Wrong one. Okay, I just did a little something there. And I just Control Z to get rid of that. That's undo in like kind of universal programs. Control Z is undo for most things. Yes, all of these shortcuts and navigation tools are the same in, Big ZBrush, Big Boy ZBrush. I hope I haven't missed any questions. Christian, have I missed any questions? Oh, look, he's so good. He's going in there. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just going to get you guys started, and then I can answer some more questions, because I can see there's actually quite a few that I have to get to. But yeah, just so you can get started. Yes, we got that. Okay. Control and then clicking down is also for zoom. You can do that too. I'm just kind of used to having my hand in like the same position on the keyboard always, and then just Alt, and just like doing it all with like this hand. Let me see here. No, not what I want. Okay. So, like I was trying to get into before, there we go. the buttons on your pen, if I just hold down the button and then click on the screen, no, oh my god, not on the ball, sorry, on the screen, or on the outside of the ball. I'll actually just do this so you guys can see. Clicking this button on your pen and then just, moving it around, that will rotate your object. So you have your Alt and your spinning thingy. And for your mouse or laptop trackpad, I think as well, you just click. It's like really simple. Really nice and simple. Yeah. And then hoping that's enough for you guys to get started. Right now, you can see there are 2 red dots on my object, or my mesh, you could also call it. That means that symmetry is turned on. Now, I'm pretty sure this button here, see, there you go. That button here is like the manual button, like to like turn symmetry on and off. But there is a shortcut. Nope, it's not that. What is it? No. Let's just like go across the whole keyboard and see which one is the shortcut. Oh, I can't remember. Didn't it used to be? Okay, well, maybe the shortcuts are different from big ZBrush to little ZBrush, because no. Haven't seemed to found it. But not that you really need it. It's this button here is really everything that you need. You've got your brush size, the intensity or the strength, which is also, you know how it is. These are your polygons. Basically, this just means like how many squares have I got on the screen right now, or like how many of these little thingies are part of the mesh. The more polygons, the denser in polygons your mesh object is, the more detail you will be able to add. And then vice versa, like the less polygons, obviously, the less detail. But it's always usually recommended to start in a low polygonal density. Get your basic shapes and your larger shapes, the most important ones, done first. And then as you continue to add, you gradually go up in density. But lucky for us, there's just some knowledge for you. But in ZBrush Core Mini, that it kind of takes care of that for us, because it has this function. I don't know if you will notice. If I make my brush extra big, too big. It can't even, You'll notice, like, these are quite large in, like, these polygons are a larger size compared to these. And then if I go lower, let's see here. Look at that. So that's like much smaller polygons, and more of them, way more of them. And you can see our active polygon count just like jumped up. Like this is to add like finer details. Oh, you guys are so good. Okay, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this where the object takes up your whole screen and you don't really know how to get out of it, what I just did just then, I'm trying to do the navigation thing, and then I hold Alt down, and this is building up, which is just clicking to draw. And if I hold Alt down and do that at the same time, it will cave it in, which is very, very useful tool. But if I'm like trying to navigate and I can't do that, and I just keep like, oh, how do I zoom out? Like I can't, this little white border here is basically like, this is your active screen where you'll actually, affect the geometry. Outside of this little white border, you can navigate as normal. So this is like, you can use this just to like get around and stuff like that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna undo this. So, I hope you guys have enough to go crazy and get started. See this little head over here? I'm just gonna move him around. Can't really see the difference, but I just thought I'd show you guys. So if I'm like a little bit lost, like where am I? Just come back around. This represents like the front facing thing, and I think I'll get into these controls in a bit. But yeah, go crazy, guys. So what I'm gonna try and sculpt today is gonna be like a dragon skull, I think, just to be fun and mix it up a bit. And yeah, let's do it. Okay, questions. Whew. I'm just gonna work from the top and work my way down. Okay, yes. So, CADA Trumax is based in Denmark, in Copenhagen, Denmark. And yes, I am currently living in Denmark right now, but I was not born in Denmark. I was born in Australia. And that is why I am an Australian streaming from Denmark. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Oh my god, we're all over the place, from all over the world. Okay. Does everybody so far understand the basic controls? Yes! Hello, come in. What's up?
Hello, I got some tea for you.
Oh, thank you! Guys, this is Christian.
Where is it? Where is it?
Here.
Oh, great. Hello.
Our moderator. He just brought me some tea.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
Just been sitting for like maybe a minute or two.
Yeah,
so,
it's hot? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can just dump it in the little cup whenever.
Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
enjoy your stream.
So many questions. This is great.
Yeah, we got record high viewers today.
Good luck keeping up.
Thank you.
See here. That was really nice. Huh. Lovely. Okay. But yeah, so great to see everyone come from all over the world. That's really crazy. Holy crap. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, so far, does everyone understand the controls okay so far? And the shortcuts and stuff? Yeah. So Control Z is undo, and then, let's see here, actually. Yeah. Control Z is undo, and Control Shift Z is redo. If you do something, then you're like, trigger finger, undo it, and then you're like, wait, maybe I like that, and then you want to redo it. Control Shift Z is redo. Yes. Holy crap. Okay. So yeah, if you guys, and you guys don't have to sculpt the same as me, you can do whatever you want, whatever imagination, whatever thing you can imagine. But we have this little tradition, if you are comfortable and if you would like to, we would love to see your work. So if by the end of this stream or even in the future you have a sculpt that you want to show off, feel free to post it in the Discord chat, and we will, next class, we will look at all of them and yeah, have some fun just taking a look, and if you want feedback or criticism, we can do that too. Yeah. So feel free. Okay, I better get started. Also, it's it's really good practice to always have reference. I should probably actually get reference up myself for this. But for now, let's just try and wing it. I wouldn't recommend it, but we're gonna just say whatevs, see what we can do. But yeah, it's a really good practice to always have reference, because ZBrush is generally used for like what we call organic modeling, or sculpting is like pretty organic, I guess you could say. I wouldn't consider it like that hard surface modeling. So when it comes to excuse my language. Something I forgot to mention before. Also, you guys did figure it out. X is the shortcut. I was a little bit worried if I was gonna delete something by accident, but I work in so many different programs. It's like all over the place, and I think I found out a while ago that different programs that like if you think about like Maya, Blender, ZBrush, they all have different navigation controls and layouts, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but I was told that it's because one of the programs or someone put a patent on the controls for their software so no one else could do the same thing, and then sort of everyone had to do it different. I'm not sure if they all do that or if that's just so all the controls for every program are different, and it's so frustrating. But yeah, X is for symmetry, and then if you want to turn symmetry off, shortcut, then X again. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. But yeah, reference is always good. Studying anatomy of animals, humans, anything, super useful. I guess not just for sculpting, but for drawing in general, like for those of you who are like into that. That's pretty standard, you know. It's just or you can just say fuck it and just, you know, do whatever. But yeah. Actually, so what I just did just then was hold down shift while moving on my drawing on my thing here, and that is smoothing out my mesh. Lovely dragon, beautiful. I'm a little rusty, as you can see, but I'm actually just gonna shift to smooth whatever you have done. There we go. Okay. Now I'm here to help for any like controls and stuff, any questions about the program you want to know. But yeah, like I said, like to teach you how to sculpt, really, it's just handy to know your anatomy and make sure you're checking your different angles of your model frequently, because you don't want to get stuck on this perspective, making the most perfect thing exactly how you want it, and then you come around and it's like, what? It's like completely wrong. So usually pretty good to check your perspectives like that. Depending on the functionality, like I guess if you're doing a still sculpt, then maybe it doesn't matter as much as long as you've chosen the angle you're going to view it from. But if you're doing like a game character or like a film character, it's usually pretty good to check your angles. I've made that mistake one too many times. Just gonna take it down a bit here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Go like this. Dragons are also like fun, but maybe not always so simple because they're not real. I mean, sorry to break anybody's heart. But like it's always nice to have like reference, and if it's not real, then it's basically your imagination. You just go crazy and do what you want. But general rules of, you know, the world, like it could be as made up as you want. There are no rules to art. What are we talking about? Whatever, screw it, man, do what you want. But like if, I don't know, depending on who you ask, to make things believable, like there are some aspects based in reality, right? Like I'm gonna make my dragon have teeth because I don't know whose universe we live in, but I just decided that's what I want my dragon to have, and that's the law of the world and whatever. But yeah, I don't really need that, do I? See, okay, so as you can see, I'm making a complete mess of this whole thing, but that's all right. Don't be afraid to get in there and mess it up. Starts off rough, and then we're gonna get into it. Right about now, I should probably look at my reference. Okay, questions. Oh my lord. Yes, so okay, so for anybody that missed it, to change the scale of the brush, you can use this sort of thing up here. But I do believe there's also a way. Yeah, so if I hold down S and then click, I can also change the scale of my brush. So S is your shortcut. If you don't want to, you just do this. Pardon me. Yeah, so like Christian says that someone asks if we can bring, or if they can bring their reference image inside of ZBrush so you can have it on the same screen. I always use a different program for that. It is possible to do it within ZBrush, but it's not. It's like, you know, then you put like an image plane in there, or like you put like a picture on some geo or something, and it's like, it is possible. I'm not sure if it's how possible it is in ZBrush Core Mini, but in normal ZBrush it's very possible. Otherwise, if all else fails, I use a separate program to just keep it in there and like overlap it and have it sit on top all the time. I don't know if I can remember what it's called though. It's been so long. Yes. I'm changing everything. I'm changing between brush size. I'm kind of sticking with the intensity because, like, honestly, before I've done the overall shapes, I don't know how useful it is to go in and start changing the intensity. Just, I mean, everyone has a different style of sculpting, right? But come on now, that's what we want. Yeah, I mean, Nope. Hello? There we go. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. Everyone, like, you can have, like, lots of different styles of sculpting. Ugh, God. Oh, my Lord. I'm just gonna... Is it just me, or is he a little bit lopsided? I think he is. Oh well. There we go. See? Okay. No. Okay. And because I had such a big brush size, it made all the polygons really, really big. Which, maybe you want that, maybe you don't. ZBrush Core Mini has a default setting where it does this by default, but if you have normal ZBrush, in order to have this specific effect of changing polygon amounts while changing brush size, you have to have a setting turned on called it's like, you can do it with Dynamesh, but it's also Smart Sculptor or something, or yeah, you can do it with Dynamesh. Dynamesh has a lot of different functions though, but there's like a specific thing that's like made for it, which is Smart Sculpting or something like that. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Christian is so good. He's on top of it. Stealing all the questions. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. So good to have a good helper. Just looking at my reference real quick. Take this down. Still a bit, weird. Very weird. But basic shapes. Trust the process, guys. Oh God. It's like a deformed shark head. Oh my Lord. Okay. Let's see. Trust the process. Yes. If I was in normal ZBrush, I would also be probably there's a function where you can insert more mesh also, like different objects, so you can have, like, for example, like multiple spheres in the same project. But here, as far as I know and have discovered before, that is not a function that I can find or have seen that you can use. So you kind of just have to work with the one sphere, which is kind of, counterintuitive, I guess, because when you think about a skull, right, you have the skull, and then the jaw is its own separate piece sort of thing, which would have been nice to sort of emulate that, but we're not gonna do that today. Yes, but like drawing if you have the skill of drawing, it does come in handy. But at least with drawing, you can just look at one perspective, you know. Now I have to do it from every angle, which can be a little challenging. But it's alright. Trust the process. You guys know it. I know you can do it. I'm just going in. I'm just trying to do something. Again, like, I'm just holding Alt to cave in, normal clicking to move around. And I've just been reminded to drink my tea before it gets cold. True. Oh, how could I forget? Okay. I love my tea. Good stuff. It's still hot and strong, but that's okay. We are good to go. Nearly lost my pen for a second. Oh God, what have I done to this poor creature? Alright, let's fix this bad boy. Yeah, so you guys have probably already discovered the other brushes. They all have their own different little unique functions, and I'll probably get to them in a bit. When I feel like this is like the same thing, but it's a square instead of a circle, so it's like whatever. But it's so bad. Yeah, like when it comes time to add more detail, I'll probably get to that a bit more. Okay. Also, part of the reason why you would use multiple meshes and geometries to create a thing like this is because, like, it would just be so much easier, because, like, then, you know, you have the separate jaw, and then the mouth, and then it goes down the throat into your esophagus and blah blah blah, and then the back of the head, like, here's where all the little business, like, the fun stuff happens. That's like where your spine is connected and all the junk. But I have to work with just this, which is good enough. You can get a pretty good, decent result with just this. But not, it's illogical because, you know, yeah. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Okay. Am I really happy with these shapes? No, not really. So, instead of just, you know, building up, building down, building up, building down, I'm going to use a brush called Move. And it is what you could guess, basically. I'm just going to move it around to the way that I like it. So I've just made the brush super big so I can, like, move my shapes in a super general way. I don't know how much this is helping. Okay, take it down. I need my... Okay. Yeah. And, like, yeah, I'm kind of breaking the rules because I'm not looking from other angles, but, you know, you can do it in whatever order you want. So, Yeah, it's gonna look... Hoping it's gonna look a little bit... Make a little bit more sense when we add the teeth, right? That's gonna switch it up. If anybody is like me and they just feel agony until it's perfect, then I'm sorry for you. We'll get there. Trust the process. Yep. There it is. So, as you can see, here we go. It's the curse of the one angle. There we go. At least we've got somewhat of a throat there. Okay. Just smooth the fuck out of it, because why not? Okay. Now, I think what will help us, or me, we should start doing the eye holes. Kind of looks like a wonky penguin right now, but we'll deal with it. Okay. There we go. Shift to smooth, as usual. It's a starting point, you know? These things take time. And I'm sure I'm going to be so impressed by what you guys make in the time that is provided. Whatever. It's a starting point. Okay. Questions? Okay, we got a question, when would you use the clay build-up instead of the standard brush? That judgment call is totally up to you. When you play with the different brushes and experience the effects that they have, they might, they'll come in handy for different effects that you want to have, basically. I'm only using the clay build-up brush now that's square because there's no real reason. I'm gonna smooth it out anyway, but it gives more of a, I guess, overall, if you were working on like finer details, it would have maybe a bit more of a structured shape. So because the sphere is so round and it's so smooth and even, but if I just want, it just creates these nice edges for me by default, which can sometimes be really handy, but at least for what I'm doing right now, it's not as important. I notice, these dragon eyes are going to be huge. Okay. See, as you can see right now, I'm still using the clay build-up brush, but it has this sort of effect, whereas the effect that I more wanted to go for in this situation is, that's right. Probably I would go to the standard now, because it's just, it's better, in my opinion, for this specific instance. That's a little bit crazy. Just gonna smooth that out. There we go. I mean, look, It ain't perfect, but that's all right. That's all right, guys. Just have fun with it, you know? Just explore. Don't be afraid to mess it up. And, you know, if you just wanted to start, if you just like, hate this, want to start from scratch, start fresh, these buttons up here, like you can get the sphere. Do not click it if you do not want a complete redo, restart, okay? And then your square is essentially will do the same thing, but it will be a square. Always save. I think Control S is save. I probably won't save this file because I'm, you know, this is not my personal PC. Don't need to save the file, but yeah, Control S is usually the save button. Some crazy eyebrows going on here. Okay. And we're gonna bring that out there, because why not? You make the rules. This is your artwork. Okay, see. There we go. And I think I want my dragon to have 2 sets of eyeballs. So I'm just gonna shrink this eyeball chasm a little bit to leave some room for the other. And then, you know, you can just, pretty sure, snake hook. Love snake hook. But we're not going to, no. I'm just going to wait with that. I keep looking back and forth because my keyboard is all the way over here, but I'm like drawing on the tablet while I'm looking at the monitor here, so if that's why it looks a little bit strange, that's why. Apologies for that. Yes, this whole stream will be recorded. Not to worry. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's being recorded, but it's going to be posted. That's what I meant to say. So you will have access to go back in this later if you would like to. The kind of tea I'm drinking, judging by the taste, and I can see the red and blue and white flag, so I'm guessing it's English breakfast. Yes. I'm sensing this. Yeah. I can hear British accents in the background when I drink it. It's just like, so, yeah, it's so English. It's very strong tea. I left the bag in there for too long. It's whatever. It's fine. Okay. To reverse the brush is Alt while holding down. So that's to cave in, if that's what you mean by reverse. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at your question, just something Christian said. Okay. To smooth the mesh is Shift again. Hoping that helped a little bit. If I haven't already answered your question, sorry. The smoothing effect, I'm not sure. I don't think the smoothing effect is its own brush, actually, independent. That's something that you have to hold Shift to do only, I think. I think that's just, yeah, like, the shortcut, the only shortcut for itself. Unfortunately. The smooth tool is not influenced by the selected brush. That was a very good question. Someone asked if the smoothing effect was affected by the brush that you had selected. I don't believe so. In Big Boy ZBrush, I'm not completely positive, but you can change the shape of your brushes, and you can even import your own brushes from online. You can even make your own brushes that have different effects. Like, I have downloaded brushes from online before. Super handy and useful for like different things that you want to get if you just want to save some time. But shift smoothing is just genuinely smoothing, I think. I'm so glad someone says their dragon's going great. Oh, that brings me such joy. Yes. Awesome. And yes, great tea. Thank you, Christian. Very kind. Alright, let's keep on pushing through this bad boy. It's kind of cool. Like, it's not really what I wanted to do, but it's kind of cool to have sort of a bumpy effect in there. Looks kind of neat. And symmetry is very useful and helpful, but like if turning symmetry off can also be a useful tool in and of itself, because there are very few organic, natural things that are 100% symmetrical, no matter really what it is in real life. Unless it's IKEA furniture, and then it's probably pretty symmetrical. But today, that is not what we are doing. I'm just gonna keep it on for now. Okay, I better pick up the pace. Holy moly. We are getting through it. Gonna do another eye here, because why not? You know? And just try. It kind of looks like. No, maybe I should. Screw it. We do it. Okay. It's gonna get confused with the nose holes. I just know it already, but whatever. It's there now. And then I think for the fun of it, we're also gonna give them their own little eyebrow ridges. That's gonna be nice. Okay, take that. Okay, and then yes. Oh, okay. So this little phenomenon here that you can see. Oh, yeah. See, that's the beauty of Sculptress Pro. I think it's called Sculptress Pro, that's right. But this effect, right? When you... It sometimes just happens when you're squishing meshes all over the place pretty frequently, and you're changing brush sizes, and then if a mesh surface comes too close to each other, it will fold on top of itself. Camera's over here. So it will just fold on top of itself. Don't want that. Bad. Smooth it out or get rid of it. But there are ways to fix this and avoid this, because it can create holes in your mesh. But those methods of fixing are smooth for now, today. Or if you're a normal ZBrush, try Dynamesh. That is very handy. Okay, and for anybody who missed it or who just came in, I'll just go over it again. I'm clicking Alt and clicking down to move around. Alt, clicking down to move, and then while still holding down, releasing Alt, and then dragging my mouse or my pen back and forth, and that will allow you to zoom. And then just clicking without holding any key shortcut at all over here on this, gray area, and just doing that is going to help you rotate. Yes. Hoping that was helpful. Yeah. Look at that. Not too big. Like, if I was a normal ZBrush, I wouldn't have this effect on Sculptris Pro 1 at all, but it can be handy. Just not really what I want right now. But that's okay. Alright, so far, see, here we got that folding effect happening again, because my brush is so big on such like a small piece of geometry that when it pulls it out and tries to create more geometry, it grabs the geometry from the underside and then wants to pull that forward also, and then you get the thinning of your mesh and it will fold onto itself like this. We don't want that. Just gonna take it like this. It doesn't really make sense, but like, why do I think that it looks cool? I don't know. It's fun. Oh, there we go again. Just really like to exaggerate the shapes, Really gets the idea to come across. Get that it kind of does look like a nose, though. That's no good. Oh well. Okay, we are so quick for time. What time is it? Okay, let's move on. So far I have something going on here. More eyebrow is always better. More. There we go. And then if we just do like this, that can also create a nice edge. There we go. Sådan, for you Danish people. Sådan. There we go. Alright, now I'm just going to introduce you guys to this brush if you haven't already experimented with it. I'm going to turn this bad boy way up. Go to the top of the head. And then... oh, that's too big. I'll go down a bit more. Snake brush. Some very feeble looking horns, but they're there. So what I'm gonna do first, I think, is use the, there's also fewer brushes in here than there usually are in the normal ZBrush, but that's okay. There we go. No, still too much. Okay. So, yeah, building up. This polish thing is just gonna polish it, flatten it down a bit. Maybe I went a little overboard. I don't know. I'm a perfectionist, so it's not exactly a strength sometimes, but it's okay. We're just here to have fun. No pressure. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. such a big head. Okay. Now. So you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Is it working? Well, that's up to interpretation. But there's hope. There's hope. Okay. Ah. One too many undos. Maybe. Probably because I have that all the way up. Nope. Can't really be higher than this, can it? Oh, hello. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Super thin and scrawny and strangly for now, but I'm just going to use this brush. It's called Inflate. Just gonna, and it just does what it says. Basically, it's just gonna inflate it. We don't want that much though. Okay. Like I said, don't be afraid to go a little crazy. Can always fix it in time. Okay. Now I'm just gonna smooth it out. There we go. Like bubblegum horns. Like blow up balloon horns. Nice. Just gonna take that. Nope. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Hey, there we go. And then, so from this angle, I'm happy with it, right? Let's say that. And then from here, you're like, what? So straight and boring. We're gonna move it. We're just gonna move it like this. Maybe not that much, but that's okay. It is wonky, isn't it? Like, oh well. What was it that I said about symmetry? Exactly. Pull that up. This one's a bit tough. Just gonna shrink that. Pull this down. There we go. Yeah, it's alright. That'll do. Sometimes it can be a real strength to let go of perfectionism, especially when you have to work so fast. There we go. Yeah, if you smooth too much, you're gonna lose what you got. But sometimes that's necessary. Alright, now we can start giving it a bit of edge. Turn that up. Yeah, so you can see what just happened there. By trying to create geometry on this side, it wants to pull from the other. So sometimes you just have to play your cards right and make sure the size of your brush is... What the hell? It's still doing it. There are settings in normal ZBrush to avoid this, but they are not turned on by default. But it's called backface culling, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then we can just... There's not really that much here to work with. So sometimes the size of your brush can really affect what you are able to do. Here we go. Pinch is just going to pull polygons together pretty much. Sometimes. Anyway, there's something there. Oh, so many questions. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you have so many bright ideas, it's hard to stay focused. It's like the ADHD brain. You're like, oh, I gotta do this and this and this. And yeah, when there's a lot of stuff to do, it can be kind of overwhelming. But you'll get there, I promise. Yes, there are no limits to what you can make, really. It's awesome. I hope everyone's doing all right. Seems to be going okay so far. I think I really need to get rid of this this penguin bill, or this duck bill though. So why don't we deal with that? Maybe that's too narrow, but... Oh, shit. We just deal with it for now. Yes. Okay. As you can see, it's a very cartoony, stylized dragon, I suppose. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay, somebody says, I have a dream of working in Disney. Still, you're over 40 years. It's never too late, bro. It's never too late. And there are heaps of examples. I just cannot think of them right now. But it is never too late. It's true. We all have an artist inside of us. Kids are very creative, and we all start off that way. Just about nurturing that and keeping on going. We're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely. There is something going on. I think it's about time we put some teeth on this bad boy, eh? We can get to that. It does come a bit of a... Taking some extreme measures now. Because why not? So, earlier when I said that the smoothing effect of your brush would not be affected by the different brushes that you have here, I did mean that, but the size of your brush does affect the smoothing, and I hope that was, I hope I made that clear enough, because like, yeah, yeah, if your smooth brush is very small, then you will also get very small polygon density, just the same as if you were drawing with a normal brush on there. And then if your smoothing brush is very large, like mine is, then it's gonna, yeah, basically, yeah, make very large polygons. That was probably a bit much though. There we go. Doesn't even really matter. I don't know. You know, sometimes you just get stuck on an idea and then you need to do it. Okay. Ooh, that is maybe possibly a skull of something. Yeah. Difficult, but not impossible. You also don't have to do a skull. Like, I'm just doing a skull because I think that that is interesting and fun, and I don't want to say easy, but I'm comfortable with it, I guess you could say. There we go. Bring that up there, but I just know what's going to happen, so no. Has a very strong jawline, but it is always difficult to make it believable like that. Okay. Just adding some different types of interesting shapes in there. I will check questions in a moment. All right. Time for some teeth, I think. Teeth need some attention, I think. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Maybe it will work. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Okay. Here we go. Maybe if we do like this. Should we do it like... No. Yes, okay. Yikes. Nope. Still too big. Okay. So, not really... Well, it needs a little bit more work, but I think you guys get the point. Maybe I'll add one more here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Questions, oh my lord. So many questions. Yeah, we have just under 10 minutes to go, guys. So feel free to keep working on your sculpt after this lesson is done. and then submit it to the Discord anytime you want, or you can submit it straight away. Totally up to you. So yeah, so how you can find the CADA True Max on Discord, or this bootcamp. Christian can link to you guys the Discord. Otherwise, I think there might be a way to access it from the CADA website. But that is something that... Okay, you found it? Great. Otherwise, Christian is a pro when it comes to that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini ZBrush, really quick bootcamp, rough bootcamp. I did, just having fun playing with it. I think hopefully you guys can do better than what I have managed to conjure up here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, any other questions about anything else, feel free to ask now or anytime, or also in the Discord. We have a great team that takes care of that sort of stuff. Let's see if I can do something here. It's nearly time to wrap up. Wasn't totally sure what this was going to turn into when I went into it, but I think for a starting point, oh well, you know, for what it is, it's alright. And then yeah, if you have normal ZBrush, I would recommend building the teeth independently as their own geometry, and then duplicating them out, positioning them, and then inserting them into the skull. That's how I would have done it if this was... yeah, if it was possible, I suppose. But I hope that this gets the idea across, and it's, you know, a program like this is more than enough to get something nice out of it, I think. I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with, if you choose to show it. Yeah. Ooh. So what I just did was I held shift and clicked the button on my pen at the same time, and that kind of snaps to a perspective, judging on the perspective that you are closest to, I do believe. So if you're in a bit of a... yeah. Let's see. Yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, so if you're really super hyper efficient, then give that a go. Oh, yeah, there it is. To fix this issue, you can also just inflate it. But not always the most effective. Yes, come in.
Yes.
Hello. Is it time?
It's really almost time.
It's really almost time. I had so much fun, guys.
I'll just kind of. Oh, I can go.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. And we're already getting submissions into the Discord.
Really?
Chat.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So definitely next week we'll have a look at it. I'm just gonna go in here because this is the moderator kind of thing that we have to do, of course, as always, is go in and join the Discord chat. It's quite cool. You can find it in the description or kind of just scroll up a little bit in the chat. Go in and submit your artwork if you want to get a little bit of feedback next week. And next week we're doing modeling. So go in
Blender.
In Blender. So download it and get it installed so you're ready to go. And then we'll see what you'll create. So yeah, absolutely. But record high numbers today. So really been awesome to see all of you in the chats.
Did I miss anything? I mean, I probably missed a bit. Apologies.
But it's fine.
But I know you got my back, so that's good.
I filtered through whatever swooped through, so it should be fine.
Super sorry if I missed your question or if I didn't get to your question today. If you do decide to join the bootcamp for next week, which is modeling in Blender, feel free to ask it again there. And I will try to be as thorough as I can with reading the chat. Absolutely. So, thank you for your patience. And I hope you guys learned something, and I can't wait to see what you guys came up with. Well done. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Did I miss anything else?
I think we're through. I think we got the whole thing.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody. It's been a pleasure. And do remember to tune in next week. It's the same place, same hour, same whatever. Also, if you want to rewatch the stream, it's going to be available as a video on demand as soon as the stream has ended. And you can just go in and rewatch the whole thing. You can also go back and watch earlier. So if you want to test it out. So
So we just have a quick question. Is there a quick way to do like a dragon or crocodile skin, like scales and stuff? There are.
Or you want to talk about normals or alphas?
No. God, no. The most effective way, I guess, in ZBrush Core Mini is literally just to make your brush small enough to sculpt it in. I know that isn't very efficient, but if this was maybe, because it is possible to download custom brushes, and I do believe possibly that in normal ZBrush that there is a default brush possibly with some sort of effect like this, but you can download brushes online or make your own brush, and then literally just like sculpt scales in, just drag it across and like scales will appear. So that's what professionals would do usually. That's their practice. But I don't have a quick way for you to do that right now. I'm sorry, but I hope that helps a little bit. Thank you guys for coming, and so good to see everyone from all over the place. Have fun in ZBrush Core Mini, and see you next week, I guess.
Peace out, everybody. Bye.